Welcome to the fourth day of the 21-day data challenge by Lighthouse Labs. Fair warning, this video contains a solution to the challenge for today, so please attempt the problem before continuing on. Reference this video if you get stuck or if you want to see an alternative way to tackle the problem. As I mentioned in one of my previous videos, this is not the traditional 21-day coding challenge we've come to expect from Lighthouse Labs, but rather a 21-day data challenge. And I think I'm getting a little closer to understanding the intent of these challenges. There is definitely the use of a programming language, Python in particular, but perhaps we should think of Python as a tool rather than a critical component to answering these questions. These challenges are littered with relevant but unnecessary information, and if we can distill only essential information that is required to answer the questions, then perhaps arriving at the correct answer might get a lot easier. For clarity, I can give you an example. If I gave you three numbers, 1, 2, and 3, can you tell me which of the three numbers is the largest? We could write a reusable program to figure this out, but you could also just tell me that 3 is the largest number. This is the stage of where I think we are currently in the challenges, and as the challenges get more complex, instead of a list of 3 numbers, I would give you a list of 3 million numbers, and I'll also associate a color with each of those numbers. Can you still tell me what the largest number is? You might be able to, but this is where Python comes to our aid and would be able to solve this much faster than a human could. We also recognize that color has nothing to do with the ask, so we can just discard that information as unnecessary. Anyways, that's my take. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comment. And with that said, now on to the day 4 challenge. Okay, so let's go ahead and load up challenge number 4. So in challenge number 4, we're going to be working with for loops in Python. And if you recall from yesterday's challenge, we prepared a shopping list. Now with that shopping list, we need to figure out if you want to pay wholesale pricing or retail pricing. Wholesale pricing for the amount of units that we need is given to us right here in this table, but retail pricing is displayed per unit. So what we need to do is we need to take the per unit price of the item and multiply it by the amount that we need to buy. So in the first line, we need to multiply 600 units times the unit price of $12.99. Knowing what we need to do, we can come down here and take a look at the answers and what they expect. So as you can see, there's no actual Python as a submission here, but rather a table. And if we take a look at it, these are the 4 items we need to purchase. And right next to each of them is whether or not we should be buying at wholesale or not wholesale for the better price. Okay, so let's use Python to tackle this. It's likely that we'll need a loop, so let's go ahead and write out a loop. Scrolling up and referencing this, we can go ahead and copy this line of code, and I will put it down here. Since first refers to a variable that doesn't exist here, I need to take any one of these. And just so you know what's happening here, it says for I, being a variable that we're making up right here, in some range, and for the range we're taking the length of some list. As you can see here above here, all these lists have exactly 4 elements, and the indexes refer to attributes of all of the same items. So it doesn't matter if I take the retail price here or the wholesale price list, or if I got rid of this entirely and replaced it with 4, it would still work the same. So continuing on, I'm going to go ahead and print out the item list of I, and I'm going to go ahead and run this. So as you can see, it iterates through the list 4 times and prints out the index that it's currently on. So this is great. We know what we need to buy, but we need additional information such as what the wholesale price is and what the retail price is. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll add the wholesale price in here, and I'll press Shift Enter to run that. And then right after that, we'll do a little bit of math. We'll take the amount that we need to purchase of that particular item, and we'll multiply it by the retail price per unit. And so running that yields us this nice table here where we have the item we need to purchase, the wholesale price, and the retail price. And using this, we can visually determine whether wholesale or retail offers a better pricing for us. Going through this analysis right here, we can see for oak and blue paint, it's better to buy at wholesale, whereas for white paint and paint finish, it's better and cheaper to buy at retail. So we should find the table that reflects this, and if we go down here, we can see that this answer corresponds to our finding. And this is what I mean by using Python to aid our analysis. We got it to give us an output, and from that output, we were able to distill the information and figure out for ourselves what the correct answer is. So let's go ahead and submit this. And there we have it. I hope you got some value out of this day 4 video of the 21-day data challenge by Lighthouse Labs. I'll be back tomorrow with another video covering the day 5 challenge. See you then.